Want to hit the back, and we want to hit the stomach. So. And we want to swing up and down. And using your knees going up and down is really good for them. It sort of lubricates them, and they use this in physical therapy to make your knees, so they don't crack and all that. And around, backwards, and push. Okay. So that's a nice little warm up. And I think today, it's just one of those days that we do different things. So we had some people email in saying they had a couple of favorites. So we'll try to do those today. But I want to start off with breathing exercises. And this is called the 7-minute Qigong breathing. So instead of breathing up here shallowly, we want to breathe down here and sort of suck it in. You can put your hands here, and when you breathe deep, you notice the abdomen comes in a little. So that's what you want to try to do to the best of your ability. If you can't do that, it's fine. Just breathe normally. But by breathing deeply, then you get more oxygen and you'll be able to do the various movements a little slower, and that helps you. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to inhale, breathing in and down, out. Don't hold your breath. And this gives you a nice rhythm to follow at your own speed. You're breathing in and out, and relaxes your body. And your knees gently come up and down. You should be becoming a little more relaxed, and the tension on your arms, shoulders, and legs is dissipating. And you're getting into the pattern of just breathing naturally, deep and full. And now we start slowing down a bit because our breath is taking over the movements. Now, the next one, we want to breathe in deeply and bring our hands down as we breathe out. Breathe in and out. It's like filling a balloon, letting the air out, and filling the balloon up. And letting the air out. Now we turn to the side. And we breathe in and then out. Breathe in, palms up, all the way to the crown of the head. And out. In. Out. And then back to center. Out. Breathe in. And out. If you feel lightheaded, go back to regular breathing. You're getting a lot of oxygen into your body, so it's a little different than your normal breathing. And back to center. Now we wash our face. No, excuse me. Wash our face. Breathe in. And our hands go around the belt channel as we breathe out, down the back. Up, breathing in. And out. Up and close. Extend your arm out and let the chi touch the arm as you breathe in, all the way up to the shoulder, and then turn and breathe out. Other arm, breathe in. And out. Close. Gather the chi. And breathe out. Gather the chi. Breathe out. and we close. Step in and shake. Now you notice your breathing reverted to normal. You're not breathing heavy, and all of a sudden you're breathing just up here now. And that's normal breathing. So when you do some of these exercises, sometimes you just want to breathe deep, and that's where you breathe deep, in and out, in and out. But normally we're walking around and talking and doing things. We're breathing up here. Okay, so we had a request to do the Jin Jing, and Yi means changes or movement. Jin means whole of the muscles and tendons, including the skin and the bones, all the stuff, your body. And Jing denotes a traditional method. So this is the muscle, tendon, classic Qigong. Okay. So we start out in a Wuji posture, and we hold the ball. There's 3 meditative moves. This is the first. Just relax into your body, let it sink in. The next one, we bring the arms towards the chest, turn the palms up towards the heavens. Bring the hands back in, lower them to shoulders, and then gently just extend the arms out to the far corners of the universe. Let your mind wander. Let the chi flow from your fingers, extending 6 inches out, and then a mile out, and so on until you touch the ends of the universe. As we bring the universe back into our body, and down. Now we unite heaven and earth, heaven and earth. One hand comes under behind your back, the other hand out. As you keep your eye on the palm of your hand and slowly lift it towards the heaven. Bringing it around. Keep your eyes on the palm. Turn the palm up towards the heaven and catch the star. Slowly turn and bring the star down to earth. Exchange hands. Look at the palm center. Catch the star. One more time. And let's close. Now we're going to pull 9 cows by their tails. So we gently turn, step out. Make sure your feet are 50-50. Bend your knees. Those hands extended. This hand is going to go into your back. And this hand is going to form a loose fist. You're going to bring this towards your chest. And turn a bit. And then extend out. We do that 3 times. Now, when you bring your fist in, you want to use a little tension so it's not limp. A lot of tension, because the whole idea is to get the muscles and tendons contracted and expanding. So when we do this, you pull in. And then like a rubber band, you just release. Now we go to the other side. This arm goes behind. One loose fist, and do the same for the other side. And you notice our spine is forming a spiral, beginning at the ground, our waist, our shoulders. So we're getting the benefit of twisting motion as well as bringing the fist in, all that tension, and then release it. Now the dragon flexes his paws and displays the wings. So the dragon, this is really good for your fingers because you want to stretch them out. So if you have a little arthritis in there, it's good to stretch them out. Sometimes, you know, it's cold and your fingers hurt. So just stretch them out. And then come back in and slowly stretch out, extending those fingers. Push your butt out. Dig the fingers in and then scrape, scrape, scrape. And then down. We'll do this 3 times. Look up. And we close. Now the 9 ghosts drawing swords. We put one hand in the small of our back. That's the ninja sword. And then the other one comes up over the head, covering the ear. Then we look up and we slowly bend down towards the opposite knee. Take your time. If you have high blood pressure, then don't go down lower than your heart. Look up. Twist. Bend down. And when I lean back, it's not at my waist. I'm using my whole back to lean back. And I switch arms. And I look up. I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm using my whole back to stretch and letting this be the support. Not here. Here. And then we come down to the other side. And then back to center and close. Now we have 3 plates falling, and we're going to modify this today, make it a little easier. And when we fall, we say, ah. And it's like this. Let's do that 3 times. And close. Now, one of the hardest ones is tiger springs on its prey. And on this one, you want to get on the ground, but we don't. So we're going to modify that. So we're going to turn, and then we're going to go down, stretching our back, forming the tiger again, and then come up like we did the breathing exercise. And then we're going to extend all the way out, down. And we do that 3 times. So I'll just do that. And then what we're going to do is put our hands here and stretch our back. And back to center. You turn the other side. Get your footing. Make your hands, your fingers into tiger claws. And 3 times. Back to center. And down and stretch your back. Back to center. And close. Now we bow down in salutation, bringing our hands up to cup our ears. Our fingers will be behind, and we're going to use the fingers, the sword fingers, to tap on the back of the neck 7 times as we go forward. So we cup, and we're not going to bend at the waist here. We're going to, again, this is a bending at the waist. This is bending using your spine. Okay? Only go down as far as you want. Cup your ears and slowly, slowly bend. Stretching. Now very slowly, put all the vertebrae back in place by lifting very slowly. One more time. Tap 7 times, this time on the nape of your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lift up. Now we unplug our ears. And close. Now the black dragon displays its claws. And what we're going to do is sort of contract this part of the chest, the lung, as we reach over. And then it's going to open, close, and open. So we look at the fingers as the claw reaches towards the eyes. It goes past the eyes as we slowly turn at the waist, and then we stretch. Stretch only as much as you want. Don't overdo it. And we lower the body and swing around. Coming to the other side. And we stretch. Down. stretch. And yeah. And close. Now we swing our tail down here. And we bring our hands over our head. And you can either fold them or put them one or the other. Up, stretch, come forward. Now go to one side and look backwards. Go to the other side and look backwards. Back to center. And one big column of chi. And back. Okay, so that's the Jin Jing. And that's why I think one of the harder Qigongs that we have, because it really have to stretch and you turn all the time. And it takes a lot of practice because we're not used to doing all these stretches in different parts of the body all at the same time. And so you start off slow and then you just sort of work your way stretching and improving on your skills. And even though I've been doing this off and on for the last year or so, I find that this is one of the harder ones for me. And so when I do it, I make sure that I do it very slowly, methodically, and not overdo it, because the first time I did it, I did stretch out the back on the side, and then it hurt for a couple of days. So you want to make sure that you take it very, very slow. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the 5 animal play. And let's just jump up and down a bit. Let's get everything going here. Okay, we have the tiger. The tiger raising her paws. So you want to form loose fists. The thumbs outside. And just bring arms up over the head. And show the tiger paws. And then just bring them back down again. Nice stretch. Breathing in and out. And we close. And we raise arms. Well, we come up and we raise the arms. And then what we're going to do is come out and stretch. Now, when we come back to center, we're going to do sort of a weird little thing here. We're going to make an S. Got that? And then we're going to make the S. And then as we lift our arms up, we're going to extend the foot and come down on the prey. Okay, so we come up, out, back, make the S, and then catch the prey. Up, out, back, and catch the prey. One more time, the other side. Up, out, make an S, and catch the prey. And back to center, close. Next is the deer. The deer colliding with antlers. The deer holds the two middle fingers in. And what we're going to do is turn to the side and show our antlers. So we step out. And turn. We twist our foot a bit. And close. Now the deer runs, so we come up with our little deer paws, and these are like little circles. And we step out, we stretch forward, our head goes in between, and we form those deer's antlers again as our butt comes backwards. And then we form the little paws again. And when we come back, we're going to skip. And the more you do it, the better you are at skipping or running. So it just takes a little practice. And we close. And the bear, you have loose fists again, form little circles. And the bear rotates at the shoulders and the waist. Nice and gentle action. And then back to center. I step back a bit. And I'll just have the swaying bear. So the bear comes out and he's plodding and just, yeah, And then it comes back forward. And back to center. Close. The monkey lifts his paws. The monkey grabs that, twists wrists, comes up onto the toes and looks to the side. And then down. Grabs up, looks to the other side, and down. And down. Now the monkey picks fruit. So the monkey looks away. And then he comes down, steps out, on the little fist, then down, up, and then he catches the fruit. And he comes down and opens the hand to look at the fruit. The other side, up. We'll practice on that one because that's a little hard. And I think in another class, that's all we'll do is just practice that monkey stance because it's a little harder and it takes a long time to just go through that routine. And the last one we have is a stretching bird upward. So we form our hands like a bird beak. Now you notice that what I'm going to do is stretch out like the bird beak. And there. Then I'm going to come back down and I'm going to form my fingers. They're separated. And on one leg, the wings go back. And close. Now the bird flies away. Coming up on your toes. more time. And back down to close. So that's the Jin Jing. I mean, the 5 animals. So, and there's a lot of variations. You know, we can work through some of the other variations. And of course, there's a lot of animals. There's the turtle. There's the dragon. And so we have done those 2 in the past, and we'll do them again. And each animal has its own little idiosyncrasies and ways of doing it. And so that's what makes all these animal frolics really a lot of fun. Okay, so we have some time just to close. One thing I have been doing this week is leg exercises. And after I do them, I feel really good. So I guess I'll try them on you. So sit down, grab a chair. And make sure your feet are flat on the floor. And what we want to do is just massage the legs in and out. And then we want to tap them. Thighs, side thighs, calves. I've been concentrating on my legs lately. Sometimes they standing too long or walking, or I don't get enough walking in, and they sort of tighten up. And they're right below the knee joint. Now, right above the knee joint, you want to tap in the fleshy part here. That feels good. Okay, now bring one leg over. And get your fingers and massage the leg. Now get your palm, and the fingers go at the bottom here and against the leg. And right where the end of the palm is, there's the acupressure point on the leg. So get your thumb and press in and out. To me, it sort of feels like where the calf muscle ends. And sometimes it gets really tender when I walk a lot or don't walk at all. And then the next thing I want to do is get the thumb and the forefinger and come down on the ankle, just around the ankle. And then the last thing we do is cup the toes, form a fist, and gently rub the soles of our feet, especially towards the middle. It's called the bubbling well acupressure point. And you don't have to be gentle here. Okay. Then we do the other side. I'm just rubbing the leg. Loosening up all the muscle here. And then using my palm to find that acupressure point right at the base of the palm and then pushing in. You can use two thumbs too. Just push and release. And then we get our forefinger and thumb around the ankle. And we cup our toes, form a fist, and rub. And back, feet down. Massage. And then right here between the big toe and the little toe, bring your thumbs in, rub. When we call them a chi, gently stand up. And test the leg.